Greetings there, my fellow soldiers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Biotech We Are Legion, Episode 7, Took a Beating.
Oh, yep, there's a hollow spot. This is how close? Yeah, we're kind of getting close to the other side, though. So I'm going to stop digging more west. This could actually be part of the tunnels to go west more easily, though. If I freeze this section, it'd be very, very easy for us to have a thoroughfare through this mountain to get to the other side quickly. So, if you decide to vote on that project, well, we already have a huge head start. A Gauss sprout, that's cute. That's a weird place to keep the insect meat, but that's fine, as long as we don't cook with it. I'm going to force butcher the remainder bugs. Oh, you're already doing it. I don't even need to tell you. I'm short of bed? I am now short of bed, yeah. Kicking you out. This is Bryce's bed now. And you can sleep in here. Ah, puppy treat. Sorry. Yeah, I actually missed a lot of that. Cheers. A big chug. I'm going to try a traditional convert. I don't think it's going to work. Oh, not bad. 17%. Yeah, it's moving. What is my long-term solution for waste bags? I don't need to figure that out right now, do I? They're not really a problem for me. We'll figure it out. I don't know. You guys will vote on it, I suspect. Oh, donkey. Right. You were supposed to get named. And then Daedora, I'm going to give you your proper name that you requested. Once I find you. If I find you. Where are you? You're sucking up all that power. That's what you're doing. So I'm getting pretty close to multi-analyzer, and that will speed up research a lot. What I think the project I really want to work on is, because I'm running low on time, is I want to get some Militors out. So I'm going to make an effort to start to mech design more than I have been, because I've been pretty lax on that. I'm pretty slow. A lot of trade caravans coming by. Nice. So our components are back up. And I'm going to conserve components as much as I can, besides the fact that I'm making the Militors, so that I can make a fabrication bench and not run out of components to be able to actually do the bench. Oh, you are having a mental breakdown. Let you rest. Hey, you're actually eating fine meals. There was no benefit over the simple meals over raw food for Klein, but now that there's fine meals, he's choosing fine meals, which makes sense. And I got a lot more harvest than I thought I would. So having about 2.3k veg is kind of nice. Kind of nice indeed. All right, war merchants. I guess I have some junk weapons to sell you that I haven't even hoovered up into my stockpiles, so... I will go do that. Rise. You're already standing right next to them. Here's some bolt-action rifles that have been rotting. I'm also going to get rid of the LMG. I'm going to hold on to the chain shotguns in case I need it, because chain shotguns are pretty useful against mechanoids at point blank. When you want to come out and blast them. 41 silver, that's not much, but it was stuff that I needed to haul anyway, so easy peasy. Oh, speaking of mech clusters, we have one. It's a toxic spewer with a centipede blaster, an inferno turret. Okay. Alright. I am going to wait till everyone's awake and then go deal with that. Gee, I'm getting rid of LMG? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is a pretty good area. Oh, shoot frenzy for mass. Randy, you take it, you give it. I will give credit where credit is due. You may have dropped a mech cluster on my head, but you've made it a lot easier for me to kill it. So Klein, we're just waiting on you and Turtle. Turtle, I'm not going to really wait on you, though. Alright, so another way to move mechs around, if you're wondering, is if I create another zone here. Like, let's say I make a new zone called Mech Move. I can paint the Mech Move zone here for now and just draft them to it, and they'll automatically start moving there. And that way I can move them around without having a mechanator. But I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be drafting them anyway, because I don't want them getting into too much trouble. So everybody up here. And where is Daedora? There you are. A whole fire. I don't want you shooting just yet. Yeah, you can go around the back way. All right. Here we go. Punch. And fire. Oh, I almost got it instantly. That's what I was aiming for. Punch. Oh, 2 centipedes. All right, cool. Let's put the fires out. Oh, Klein is getting... Oh, he lost a leg. Cause of fire. This is reminiscent of something. Go, punch, punch. We'll get your leg back. We'll get your leg back. We'll just have to research prosthetics. Alright, so Tannering. Shut down that blaster. Turtle, you go. Cypher. Out here. Klein. Actually, Klein, you're going to self-tend. You're terrible at medicine, but it doesn't really matter. Because you're just here for the mechs. Rise. And Mass is still on fire. Diamond's still on fire. Alright, so all the big mechs are shut down. Oh, really? You're just gonna collapse. Okay, Cypher, you shut down the mech. Stop, drop, and roll, you idiots! My lord! That's not what I wanted you to do. Try again. Alright, Mass, get down here. Klein, you're gonna have to put Diamond out. Oh, god, nope. This is going all sorts of south. Turtle, tank. Alright, Diamond's not on fire anymore, that's good. He's very fragile, so a little bit of burning and he is out. And you lost an arm. So we have a lot. We're going to need to research prosthetics. So once we get multi-analyzer, prosthetics is going to be a must. With Daedora down, Mass, you're going to move forward. Turtle, you're going to switch targets. I'm trying to shut them down from shooting because their guns are a lot more dangerous than their headbutts. Quit trying to chase me. I wish I had another shooter, though. I could go juice Cypher and Diamond. I might end up having to do that. Just because Turtle's not going to be able to tank much longer. And this Centipede is difficult for me to deal with. There we go. Go help Turtle. Okay, Turtle's down. Go tank. No permanent injuries on him. That's good. Klein's blood loss is almost stopped. And we have exotic goods. And maybe I'll even be able to get a, limb off the exotic goods. So this also allows me to demonstrate how to resurrect light mechanoids. So I'll be able to resurrect Tannering and Daedora very easily and more cheaply than being able to manufacture from scratch. Oh, that's done. Oh, turtle. You were literally just turtling, weren't you? You were fine this whole time. You just turtled. I got you. Here, have a meal. It was an ordeal, but we'll recover. Cypher is no longer capable of walking. Okay, so he's up too. No one has bleeds but Klein. So, let's see. Cypher, you haul. You rescue. Rise is already fully healed. Klein is no longer bleeding. Toxic Spear is almost done. Turtle, you haul Tannering. Klein, you haul Daedora. Rise, I am going to caravan you. The rest of the stuff. Because everything left here is subject to burn. I mean, the mech corpses aren't going to burn, but the other stuff would. Biogens can heal scars and small digits like fingers, eyes, ears, nose, but not limbs. It's limited to not limbs. Asking my wife boss if I got another hour. We'll see. She's the boss. She's doing all the childcare while I'm mucking around on RimWorld. So she makes those decisions. I don't, understandably. I can check for Robo Arms. Yeah. I'll do that in just a sec. See if these guys have any. I'll be able to manufacture them pretty soon because my research speed is not bad. So they do have some gene packs on them. They have strong melee damage paired with pessimist, red skin, and fast runner. So the fast runner I could implant to make someone a sprinter. That's obviously a Impid gene. And then super heal. I could also buy that and implant that. I don't have the means to implant these things just yet, but in the rules subset that I have, I do allow for up to 2 xenogenes to be implanted per person. I'm going to be waiting on that. I'm not buying that just yet because I don't have any gene banks to be able to make use of those genes. And without gene banks, the genes will decay. Genes have to be stored in gene banks. If you don't store them in gene banks, they get destroyed. They require special storage, which requires special research, which requires power. If you want the... You're already a fast walker, so it wouldn't really benefit you. For now, it's going to be, yeah, tree stump leg. But eventually it will be better. I really thought I could, I was going to be able to get the Inferno down in time. I didn't have to use... I thought I wouldn't have to use smoke to do it. But obviously that Inferno did the most of the damage there. I should have learned my lesson from Outpost 0, but clearly I had not. Well, I am patching people up. Someone lost a toe, but that's a really old injury. That's not recent. As is the mangled scar, eye scar. Again, an old injury. All right, so Dai, you are on your feet. Actually, these shotguns are better than the ones you were using, so I'm going to have you switch. And then I'm going to be pivoting my research to deal with prosthetics and bionic replacements, which means I need to get fabrication. So multi-analyzer, prosthetics, and then... or multi-analyzer, finishing, prosthetics, and then bionics. And we'll be back to normal pretty quickly. Or actually improved. Not even normal, but better. Better than normal. Dummy went berserk. All right. Actually, Bryce, you're not a very good brawler. But yeah, you deal with this. Or Mass, you deal with it. Because you're just going to put him down instantly. Please leave something left of the vampire for us to gene rip when you're done here. Yeah, they're back in the lab, and we'll have that research done shortly. Okay. You might have taken his nose off. I'm not really sure. What's interesting is vampires will automatically heal scars over time. But not this vampire, because I just keep messing him up. Ulti's done. Let's go get prosthetics. And then I am also going to get a separate bedroom for the waster that we have. Because that's going to allow me to... put the hospital back together for an operation theater. And this is never going to be a bedroom because it has overhead mountain. So this could be some sort of other room, maybe? It doesn't necessarily have to be wasted space, but it's not going to be a bedroom for sure. Okay, another hour is on. I'm going to run to the bathroom. Yoda is going to take over in my absence. All right. Nothing bad happened while I was away. So once I get prosthetics, Klein doesn't really need to walk anywhere, so I'm not going to bother with the peg leg unless I can reclaim the hospital sooner than later. I can put in the prosthetic arm and the prosthetic leg in the meantime, or I can just save up for the bionics. But I do, I do want to resurrect the mechs. So I'm going to have Klein limp slowly to go do that. So with a little bit of steel and a little bit of work, the mechs can go back into a gestation and then be revived and brought back. And then for the future, I'm going to try to have some Militor bots so that we're better at fighting mechs like that. Because if I had a group of Militor bots for this mech cluster, it just would have been a lot easier because the Militor bots would have been able to tank for me. So the current priority is research bionics and revive the bots. They tank very little damage? Yeah, until you get a tunneler. Tunnelers can tank like crazy, but they move very slow. Yeah, I know they're not great tanks, but they'll do in a pinch. So if I want to freeze this tunnel, which I very much want to do, I'm going to start to set up for that. Which means smoothing out these surfaces. And then deciding where to put the freezer, maybe here, with the door, and another door, and then this will be a wall. Actually, I can move the freeze. Well, yeah, that's fine. So, this will remove the infestation risk for this area. Although, I don't want, let me rethink this. Yeah, I'll do it like that. And then have this dump to a chimney so that it can't easily be destroyed. And have two of them just in case. So the things you need to do in order to remove bug risk is you need to have all of the tiles for the bugs be frozen, and not to have your doors also be overhead mountain tiles. Okay, we have a conversion. Basman, you are now going to be... You can't be recruited yet, but I'm going to reduce your resistance because he needs to go through tubal litigation because all members have to be sterilized first. So Diamond... I'm going to suspend that for a minute so that the Diamond can heal. Because I want Di to be able to do the tubal litigation, you know, the vasectomy well and not botch it. These bedrooms here are now actually quite cold, so I'm going to need to consider warming them, heating them up. So I'll get some heaters in. Oh, tubal litigation is for females. Tying her tubes. I keep forgetting that Basman's female. And I will probably continue to forget. Prosthetics is done. That was quick. And then we just need to build a multi-analyzer, which I believe I have the materials for. So I'm going to plop that one here. And have Di go fetch the gold. which is sitting right here, waiting for the multi-analyzer. Right on. And we'll have bionics and fabrication in no time, I think, just because we have very capable workers. So I need a research project. Let's start on biosculpting for now, because I know I'm going to want bioregeneration cycles eventually. Oh, botching. Oh, because you have one arm. Yeah, you probably... Cypher, for now, you're not going to be constructing, growing, mining, plant cutting. You can cut stone for me and haul and clean, because with one arm, your fail rate at work is remarkably high. And I don't want to waste, like, an incredible amount of resources watching him fail over and over and over. But even one heater here is enough to keep this row of beds the appropriate temperature. I do see that I am browning out a little bit. Not quite. Oh, it's cold rain on Nathan. And a droner. That's not going to be good for Basman's mood. Actually, are you psychically deaf? No. Oh yeah, there's the droner. So when animals self-tame, I will have them just wait in the butchery. I'll make it easy. So go to the butchery. Rise. I might need to have you construct over hunt. So as soon as you get this boar, there's already a dead boar, have him start working in the construction. Well, we do have the multi-analyzer, so let's cease the biosculpt and go for fabrication. Because fabrication is the key to getting everyone back to healthy at this point. We're a little past bioregen. That is one hideous room. Oh my god. That's about as dirty as I could imagine it being. So we do have the meds for tubal ligation, so let's get that going. Basman, to your bed. Diamond. What meds? Does one real medicine? Okay. Cannot... Oh, Mass is already doing it? Ah, that's fine. I think the surgery success chance is the same. 100%, that's fine. Okay. You are properly sterilized, so now I can try to recruit you. Yeah, in terms of mechs, there is... So the next tier of mech, once we kill the Diabolus, is Pikeman Scorcher, which is like a flamethrower mech, a Tunneler, which is a mining mech that tanks real good, and a Scyther. And then a Clean Sweeper, so that would be the cleaner mech, which would maybe be nice to have. Ooh. 4 Labrador Retrievers for 2 advanced components? I already have my advanced components, and in fact, I already have a Pirate a pirate camp to clear that I just haven't bothered because it's a lot of travel for not a lot of reward. I wonder if I can hit a reassure here. Okay, so not at risk of giving up on our on our ideology, which is good. The resurrection is complete. Klein, let's go to the gestator, even though I know you wanted to go to sleep. So once it's complete, your mechanator has to go to the pod, and ta-da! Our lifter is rebuilt. And then I'm going to do the same for the constructor, tannering. Except for Noah. It's going to wait a minute because I need steel, and I don't want him to spend all day walking out by himself. That will take forever. Welcome back, Lifterbot. It's one of the reasons why I've put them on my front line, is because they regen relatively easily. Ah, lamp. You are a Highmate. Nope. Well, I could maybe capture you to rip your genes, but, yeah, I'm going to do that. So Highmates aren't allowed because they're pacifists. Highmates will never, ever, ever fight, not even if their lives depend on it. They are, they're like social bots, like 3 CPOs. And our rules state very clearly that we do not allow for pacifists. But I can capture, and then I'm going to have you decide what to do. Should I release organ murder, cell, or gene rip lamp? So I'll explain what gene rip is, because that's a new concept. Gene ripping is when you scan someone's genes, they will temporarily be weakened after the first procedure, and then if you do it again, you kill them. So gene ripping would be just like scanning their genes for xenogenes for me to use. So as a Highmate, it is possible for us to get things like sanguine, or size sensitive, or great social ripped out of the Highmate. They keep the genes. It doesn't remove the genes from them, but it allows me to implant the genes into myself. Alternatively, I might get like heat weakness or violence disabled. But even if it is a worthless gene, like let's say heat weakness, there's a possibility of me selling it anyway. So even if it's a worthless gene, we can sell it on the market because it might be useful to someone. Because like violence disabled might be a really useful gene for you to implant in your slaves, for instance. If you have slaves in a slave colony, so that your slaves never rebel and never fight against you. So even when it seems worthless, it might be useful in some special circumstances. Might be. Not guaranteed, but might be. We'll have you vote on that. All right, Klein, let's kick off the... Where are you? Well, oh, you're grabbing this steel. Okay, someone needs to... Mass, you need to grab steel. And Bryce, you need to grab steel. And Cypher, you have 1 arm, so you're exempt. Yeah, forced pacifism, exactly. To be made, what video game is that from? Neverwinter? There was a video game that I played where they threatened people with forced neutrality. What lore was that? You guys will know. You guys will help me out, right? Oh, an Exoticus trader. It was in the Last Ship series. No, that's not the one I was thinking of. Oh, no, you're referring to the arc. All right. So here is another. Dead Calm, Super Immunity, Strong Stomach. Oh, that's not terrible. Bearded Foam Spray. Being able to spray foam. That's kind of funny. I don't need any of these, but here's where you would sell them. There's a drill arm, but I'm not going to give that to our dude missing an arm. I might want to buy, if possible to afford, the Insanity Lance. Just because the Insanity Lance gets you out of a lot of bad situations with its Insanity magic. But I can't afford it, so that's moot. Now, it looks like you guys want me to gene rip, so we'll gene rip the Highmate. It's not like the Highmate's going to try to escape prison. Let's check my pollution. Nope, 0 pollution from that setup. At some point, I'm sure other people probably already have, but I'll try to figure out what is quote unquote meta for Oh, come on, guys. He's one-armed. Wow, he did a lot of damage for one arm. I'll try to figure out what's meta as a ratio between pollution pumps and toxifiers. I don't know the answer. If you gene rip someone, can you still scan them for a high tier mech core? If you don't gene rip them twice, yes. It depends if they have weakened genes or not. So for instance, Nathan, when I captured him, had weakened genes for 9 days, which meant if I gene ripped him, he'd die immediately. But because it's been longer than 9 days in captivity, he's no longer gene weak, which means I can rip him twice or scan him once and rip scan him twice. So there's a concept here in Ultramech Tech called the, it's in the high-tech core, called the subcore rip scanner, which inserts someone into a scanner and basically destroys their mind for a mech core for you to be able to build mechs. So yeah, you can, as long as they're alive, you can always rip scan them. But if I gene rip them twice, then there's no alive left to be able to scan them. So there's 2 things that you can do with prisoners now. You can rip genes out or rip their brain out for being a mech. Sort of. It's not literally rip their brain, but scan their brain and destroy it in the process for a mech core. So Basman's research... oh yeah, we should heat this room. There we go. The freezers are done. I'm gonna... Oh, we almost have that door. How very Ghost in the Shell? Yep. God, Daedora, you keep hauling knives. I want you to haul steel. I guess I could zone you, but whatever. At least work is getting done. Alright, so now we can freeze this area. At least it has to be negative 17 Celsius. It's now negative 30, so mission accomplished. And this is a 0 infestation risk as a result. So I guess we can go with that tunnel. Nope. Oh, no, you're young beggars. Okay, 700 silver. I don't even have 700 silver. What drugs are you on, children? I think 700 silver is their absolute max ask. So you guys can decide whether I offer silver to children. Ooh, one of which is getting eaten by a lynx right now. So if you didn't want to see an 11-year-old girl get eaten by a wildcat, look away, because it is happening. And I'm betrayed. Yep, beheaded. Sorry, Athena, you clearly weren't the goddess of war. You just got beheaded by a little lynx. You think, vampires inherently sterile? No, only if you sterilize them. I don't think they're forced sterile, depending on their genes. I don't believe that they're sterile by default. I could be wrong about that. So we're about halfway to bionics already, which is nice. 1 day left on the tannering cycle for another construct bot. And... oh, vampires are so overpowered. Yeah, so overpowered. I mean, there's a lot of, in order to, like, speed up their death rest and make them stronger, there's a lot of expensive investments to make them stronger. They're not cheap, but they're very, very, very powerful when they're invested in. The same could be said of just regular old humans investing like architect parts and whatnot, but vampires become crazy strong if you play your cards right. Looks like I might be able to get through here without having another freezing section. Although it's taken me for a bit of a loop. Oh no, here we go. Guess he's done for now. You know, once you've set them up very, very well, they're nearly unstoppable. True. They do have some vulnerabilities. You have to genetically engineer them to engineer those vulnerabilities out. And I'm just going to focus on what's relevant to this series at this point, because the rest of today's series is going to be more about vampires. Let's speed up research by heating it up in there. I've been trying not to micromanage Bryce, but he is taking his sweet time setting heat up for the researchers. So I am not in power excess, so I'm also going to build yet another toxifier generator because I have moments of brownout now. Oh, Nathan, do you ever learn? One of these days I'm going to punch you to death, and it's going to be really sad because I want to rip your genes. And if I punch you unconscious, there's no gene ripping anymore. Well, punch you to death, rather. Okay, he's down. He's not dead. Mass, you're becoming a really good doctor as a result of all this fighting that we're getting to do. And then this whole room I can use however I want. I could also store in this frozen corridor, I could store my tox packs. I could even expand the corridor a little bit to put shit. Well, all right, tox doesn't store on shelves, but to store more tox packs in there if I felt like I wanted to. Maybe I need to just cut his legs off once and for all. You know, he doesn't need legs, right? Like, I'm so tired of him messing with me. So, Mass, go install peg legs and then remove them. This is sort of like staking a vampire. Oh, surgery failed. Oh, Jesus. You, well, at least you're deathless, right? So I don't really care if it fails. But maybe I don't want to waste the herbal meds by, trying that again. And we're wasting herbal meds. And there's the Constructoid. It is complete. Klein, go claim. And you can see the bandwidth here. The small square is a robot that's in progress, and the large square is currently being used. So it actually shows you when they're recovering, too. So I did want to get some Militors. And I'm going to have Klein hobble around getting the Militors. Forced weather for pay. Rainy thunderstorm 17 days. I'm gonna vote no, just because I don't want to listen to thunderstorms for 17 days. That's like way too annoying for me. I'm waking everyone up briefly just to haul some steel so that I can get the Militors built. The other thing I could do is to stockpile steel and components as high priority in here. And yeah, the robot might be, yeah, he's making the beds. Forbidden. You can bring the materials. That's fine. And once they're set up, I'll have Cypher finish them. In fact, build them to like almost 100%. Given how slow robots work, it's really easy to cancel at the last second. All right, Cypher, you ready? I'm gonna put you on construction with 1. So you made a good, an excellent, there we go. So now we have a bed for the new person. And this last one was also excellent, so we have a spare bed, which I can stick in here. Thank you for tuning in to We Are Legion, which originally streamed live on Twitch, October 23rd. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. I'll catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Legionnaire.